What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Stephanie and I create beauty, travel, and lifestyle videos. So if you're interested in any of those three things, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave. And really quick, for those of you that are here just to watch the tutorial and don't want to hear me ramble on, I went ahead and listed a list of timestamps in the description box below. So if you want to check those out and just kind of fast forward to the parts of the video that you want to see, go ahead and do that right now. But if you want to just hang out with me and talk for a bit, that's really cool too. We're just gonna get right into the video. So we're gonna be talking about the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Vault collection now. And I know, okay, so if you watch beauty videos, if you just watch YouTube videos in general, I'm sure you know all of the tea that's been freaking spilling about this palette. But today I don't really want to talk about that or like go too in depth about it so much as talking about the actual shadows and just playing with makeup. If you're sitting there wondering like, girl, what the hell are you talking about? There's tons of videos on it. Just YouTube search Jaclyn Hill x Morphe and a bunch of videos are going to come up and you'll get all of the tea and all the drama. But for today, I kind of want to just focus on the eyeshadows and just kind of play with the makeup itself. When this palette was first announced and the shadows were shown and everything, I got super excited because I genuinely love all of the shades that they came out with in these palettes. Okay guys, so the Vault collection comes with 4 10-pan mirrored eyeshadow palettes. So that means with this whole collection you get 40 eyeshadows. Now if you wanted to buy this whole bundle together, it retails for $49. However, each individual palette is also available for sale for $15 each. So if you wanted to just buy a particular one, you can do that. But if you want all of them, it kind of makes more sense to just buy the bundle because you do save, or you end up saving $11, I think it is. So since you can purchase these palettes individually, what I want to do on my channel is kind of do a 4-part series. So I want to create a video for each one of these palettes creating a different makeup look. And the reason being is, first off, I don't want to create one super long video because I know this video is going to be super long as it is. But also because since they're available, like I said, individually, and like let's say you only like one out of all of the 4 palettes, then I want to create a look using the palette that you have specifically and kind of like not dip into the other ones to create a look. Because like, so for example, if I use 2 palettes to create a look and you only have one of those, like what good is that tutorial for you? You know what I mean? So I want to do separate ones, but I'm gonna go ahead and open this up now and show you all of the 4 different palettes. Okay guys, so jumping right in, I've already done my brows and prepped and primed my eyelids. Now I'm going to be taking this white eyeshadow. This is the only eyeshadow that I'm going to be using that's not in the palette today. But I'm going to take this white eyeshadow and I'm going to be packing it on using this brush right here. This is the T37 brush from the Makeup Shack. This is one of my go-to most favorite brushes because the way that it's thin and flat really helps you pack on the eyeshadows to your lids. So I'm just going to go right under my brows to give my brow bone a little bit of highlight. And again, this is the only color that I'm using that's not going to be in the palette. Now I'm going to be picking up this fluffy blending brush, and the first color that we're going to be using in the palette is Hush Hush. It's a really pretty mauve pink, or like pinky mauve color, and I'm just going to be buffing this right into my crease, and we're going to be using this color as somewhat of a transition shade. Okay, now I'm going to be taking this shader brush, and this brush is kind of like a hybrid between the two that we just used. So I'm going to show you them here side by side. So this brush is flat and wide like the T37, but it's also somewhat fluffy like the blending brush. So you want to get a brush that's kind of in between for the next step. Alright, so with this brush we're going to be picking up the shade Rockstar, which is this really beautiful purple shade. It almost has like a rosy undertone to it. So we're going to pick this up and I'm going to place it right above my crease. I was so shocked when I placed it down. I didn't think it'd be that pigmented. But I'm going to be placing it right above my crease. And the reason for that is because I'm trying to create the illusion that my crease is higher than it is, in turn making my eyes appear larger. So I'm going to be placing it directly above my crease, and then I'm going to go in and blend it out after, which is why this brush is so perfect for that, because since it's a hybrid between the other two, the fact that it's flat and wide will help me place the color, and then the fact that it has some fluff to it is definitely going to help me blend it out, as you see here. So you're just going to keep doing this until you get the color that you desire. Now I'm going back in with the shade Hush Hush, and I'm just going to blend that color out a little more. Okay, so now I'm taking this angled eyeliner brush and I'm going to be dipping it in the shade Mystic, which is this one right here. It's like the second to darkest shade in the palette. And again, I'm going to place it right above my crease, but this time I don't want it to be blended. I'm almost just going to lay down like a line of this shade, and this is going to give the illusion that this is the deepest point in my crease. And then you're basically just going to keep repeating this step until you get it as dark as you want. What I like to do is just kind of start off with it being lighter, because you can always build the color and make it darker. But if you start off too dark, you aren't going to really be able to lighten it up as easily. So just keep kind of adding more color and more color little by little. So now I'm taking this small shader brush, which is basically the baby of the T37 from the Makeup Shack. I'm going to go ahead and put them side by side here so that you guys can kind of like compare and see the difference. They're basically the same brush, just a little bit smaller. But this one is by Morphe. This is the M167. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to blend Mystic and Rockstar ever so slightly together. I don't really want to blend out Mystic too much because I still want it to look dark, but I don't want there to be any harsh lines. And I'm not blending down, I'm only blending up. Okay, so now we're going to be taking the brightest purple shade in the palette. This is the shade Gem, and to do that, we're going to be using that same shader brush we used earlier. Now, when we place this color down, see how I'm holding the brush at a diagonal? That's how we're going to place it. So I'm going to pack the pigment on, and then I'm going to go in with the Pearlescence Rosewater Setting Spray, and I'm going to just give it a little spritz. And then at a diagonal, I'm going to start packing this color on. And again, you want to start a little light, and then just go building it as you go. Okay, also notice that as I'm packing this color onto my outer corner, I'm keeping the brush facing the same direction. That way the eyeshadow doesn't lose that diagonal direction that I'm placing it in. And then as I blend it ever so slightly into my crease, I'm just going to flip the brush so that it kind of lines up with my crease. And then I just kind of wanted to give you guys an FYI. As I was packing this color on, I noticed, and you can see it here, there was like a little spot. I couldn't get the shadow to blend in, like it wasn't sticking to that particular spot. So just an FYI, if you decide to purchase this shadow, I mean, I may have, you know, just a defective one, I don't know, but just something to keep you guys aware. Okay, so now I'm going to take a clean, fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to go over all of these shadows so that they all blend seamlessly and there's no harsh lines. Alright, now it's time to cut this crease. So I'm going to be taking this concealer brush, and this one is by Crown Brushes. It is the C170-6, and I'm going to take some concealer. I like using Tarte Shape Tape for this because it's kind of like thick and full coverage. So I'm going to load the brush, and then I'm going to start placing this concealer right onto my lid. So I'm going to place it kind of in the center, and then I'm going to go ahead and look up, and this is going to help just give me a guide as to how far my fake, so to say, lid should go. So I'm going to keep placing it, and then I'm going to keep just like looking up, and I'm not really swiping anything. If you notice, I like to just kind of like dab the concealer on, and then once I get the exact placement, then I'm going to go in and refine it. And then as you can see, another thing that I like to do is work from the inner corner out instead of starting in the center of the lid. And then once I place the concealer where I want it, I'm going to go in and set it. That way we don't get any creases. And to do this, I'm just using the same white eyeshadow we used in the beginning of the video and the T37 brush. Okay, now I'm going to go in with two glitter shades. The first one is Ballsy and the second is Glitz and Glam. And I'm just going to be mixing the two with this brush from the Makeup Shack. This is the T33. And I'm going to be placing this on my lids over that white eyeshadow that we just laid down. Okay, so now I'm going back in with Hush Hush, and I'm going to be picking it up using this small concealer brush from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to blend those two shimmer shades and the shade Gem together just so that it kind of fades evenly on the eyelid. And I really love Hush Hush. I feel like you can really use this as a transition shade with any of the eyeshadows in this palette. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with that eyeliner brush, and I'm going to pick up the shade Mystic again, and I'm going to use this to just define that crease. So I'm going to place a very thin line right above where we cut the crease with the concealer, just to make it look a little deeper. Okay, now I'm going to go in and just add an eyeliner. I honestly don't remember which one this is. I got it in an Ipsy bag and the name rubbed off, but honestly, just like any black eyeliner that you love will do the trick. Okay, so it's time for lashes and mascara. The lashes I'm using are by Vegas Nay. They're the faux mink lashes. And then to apply those, I'm going to use the Duo Lash Glue. And for mascara, I'm using L'Oreal Telescopic, and I'm just going to be blending my false lashes with my real lashes. Okay, so before we can work on the lower lash line, I have to put some foundation on this face and cover up this guy that's been living here. So hold on one second. And thanks to the magic of editing, we're back. So now that I have some foundation on, we're going to go ahead and work on that lower lash line. Okay, so using this small smudge brush and picking up the shade, you guessed it, Hush Hush, I'm going to just kind of buff this into my lower lash line. And then I'm going to go back in with that eyeliner brush, and I'm going to pick up the shade Mystic again, and I'm just going to kind of pat this right under my waterline. Then we're going to add some mascara. I know like a lot of people don't like mascara on the lower lashes, but I just like have to do it, especially if I'm wearing falsies. So I'm just going to coat these lower lashes real quick. And last but not least, I'm going to be lining my waterline with this Maybelline nude eyeliner. And I just really like the nude because I feel like it helps your eyes, again, appear larger. And that's the whole point of this particular look. So we're just going to line these babies up. And then a little trick that I like to do too is use like a flat brush or something to kind of apply pressure right under my line so that it can help the waterline pop out, and it makes it easier to apply the liner without ruining your makeup. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to take a small precision brush and I'm going to load it with Bling Bling, which is the lightest shimmer shade in the palette, and I'm going to spray it with some Rose Water by Pearlescence, and I'm going to just dab this color in my inner corner and highlight my brow bone with it. Alright guys, so this is it for the makeup look. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you decide to try it out and post it on Instagram or something, make sure that you tag me in it so that I can see your recreation of it. And don't forget to comment down below and let me know which palette you'd like me to create a look with next. But until I see you in my next video, I hope that you're having a great day or a great night or whatever time of day it is that you're watching this, and I'll see you later. Bye.